Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And thanks for connecting, tuning, streaming into Northeast Radio SD, Watertown, South Dakota. We are live, and it's Wednesday, July 15th, 2026. And another hot-ass day, it sounds like, but I don't know. That's the way it is. So I moved to Alaska. Maybe it's probably a little bit cooler up there, but I think now you're just going to be moving around all the time because it's never just going to be the perfect temperature. I don't think.
Man.
So I don't think anything has that. Maybe like I thought I had a place, but you know what? I don't. Anyways, it's 68 degrees and fair now in that 7 o'clock hour. And it's supposed to be 91 degrees for a high, calm wind, just 5 to 7 miles per hour in the afternoon, and clear with a low around 71 tonight. Thursday, sunny and hot, 92. Friday, sunny and hot, 93. But the wind's going to pick up a bit to gust near 20. Friday, mostly sunny and hot with a high near 93. And Saturday, sunny and hot with a high near 90. And Sunday, a slight chance right now, a 20% slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. on Sunday. And then next week's already looking to be pretty damn nice. So you're good. That is good. Humidity is 93% right now. So your Aquanet's probably not gonna work so good. Might start frizzing out already this morning, so you might have to put a couple extra squirts in there and make sure you're all ready for this humidity. Or I don't know what age you can start wearing the hat or the head scarves, right? My grandma Bonnie used to wear one of those all the time, and they tie it at the bottom of their chin. So, bon. All right, so. There's a little bit of weather for you. And then, I like to take a little cruise over to a website I call northeastradiosd.com. And coincidentally, you can listen live at the top right of the screen. So you could stream the online radio if you'd like. You can see what's playing, like the most recent song that just played since we're live jabbering was Center Field, John Fogerty. So any of you baseball nerds, there you go. Also, there's the download links right there too if you'd like to download for Google Play, which is Android, pretty much any phone that's not an iPhone. And then we have the Apple side there too. A little bit of chatty chat about what we do, some weather, and then some of the interviews that we had yesterday that we put up on the World Wide Webs. And we spoke with Ashley Johnson of the Watertown Area Chamber of Commerce, and we spoke with Mount Olive Lutheran Church, Julie and Lori. And so those are posted on there. You can click news and go to news, and it'll show you as you scroll down, you'll see all of the stories that we have out. We'll have some of the headlines here, like Cottington County Commissioners withdraw tax deed auction bid, set new July 30th auction date. Cottington County Jail construction remains on track despite weather delays. Watertown Fire Rescue quickly extinguishes propane grill fire near home on 33rd Street Northwest. Came across a story from the North Dakota Highway Patrol. I follow them in case there's some road closures or something that might affect people in this area. And they had bison carcasses spill out onto the interstate, and it was a mess, it looks like. So anyways, Lake Area Technical College adds Hannah Abel and Chris Munger to the leadership team. Watertown police officer Anthony Goebel completes PTO program, begins solo patrol duties. Watertown School Board approves the LATC direct purchase of $125,000 airplane, and that's the budget. And the school board also approves Lake Area Tech nursing lease for Pier Capital City. So those are the more in-depth stories that we've got for you. So you can go right to northeastradiosd.com/news / Mm-hmm. I guess I'm just not sure. Anyway, I think it might be /. So today, for guests, I think we'll have Coddington Connects. We'll have Josh Mogg from Watertown Park and Rec. And then Sarah Faust, the president of the Coddington Connects board, at 8:30ish. And then we have Jennifer Harms coming in at 10ish, 10:10. And I'm going to talk about I'm going to have to reference my notes and see. So that's going to be a good one, though. Anyway, so stay tuned, stick around. We'll have those guests throughout the day. And then other than that, we'll just keep kicking butt together, you know? I like how we start out these Wednesdays. Tuesdays, not too bad. Mondays, sometimes you guys are a little cranky, but it's fine. Let's see. I thought we also can get back to, if there is time, the historical markers and whatnot. Tell some of those stories. I like that. I think that's kind of cool. This Punished Woman's Lake video has over like 16,000 views and like 84 or 5 shares. It's kooky pants. So, all right. Well, there you go. A little bit of that. Lots of people are talking about the school bus situation with being able to drop off kids at the Boys and Girls Club. So I reiterate that the Boys and Girls Club didn't really have anything to do with whether or not you can drop kids off there from an out-of-town bus. Excuse me. But there you have it. So you guys can, the public can take it from there. It's educational material for you to utilize. So we went over the news. We went over some of that. And we can get back to our morning scroll here then, by George. So mind you of some of our partners out there, like Mad Hatter Designs by Foundations Floor Installation. They do a good job. 20 years of experience. Let's see. I think I shared something earlier that is from the wrong county. Man, sometimes Facebook just throws crap at you. Not the right thing. So our new partner-ish, Carly Stewart's going to be out at the Cooking on Compesca this weekend. So we'll be there, maybe interrupting people's fun to ask them a question or two. See if we can get some good stuff, finding out who's there, why, what they enjoy the most, things like that. So had some of the audio, like podcast versions of a lot of the interviews we've done out yesterday, a few of them. Be careful when it's this hot as well, for when you're on like the interstate. The North Dakota Highway Patrol also shared a photo and a video of a broken, the asphalt buckled, and so it had buckled where a semi could, was driving over it, but the back of the there's like a flatbed semi trailer and it was empty, And when it hit that, it like got a few inches off the ground. So you want to be careful if you're cruising in your drifter and you don't have much clearance. It's not good. So, all right. Well, there's that too. So be wary. Also, we already talked about that. Interestingly, we have a 5 positive ways to use social media. So you can take a look at that. And we just have some more stories from Lake Area and the Watertown School District. You can jump on an airplane here if you want. Fly ATY. Why? Because you should. Okay, that's a pretty good morning scroll, I guess. I did share, I think we talked about yesterday briefly, the from the National Weather Service in Sioux Falls. They shared, be careful with surface temperatures. So at like 9 a.m., it's 79 degrees outside. Blacktop is 93, concrete's 90, and grass is 84 degrees. From around, around noon, the temperature outside is 89 degrees. The blacktop was 123 degrees. Concrete 115 degrees, and grass was 100 degrees. And then at 3 p.m., when the temperature is 92, blacktop is 135 degrees, concrete is 125 degrees, and grass is 105 degrees. So imagine having your little poocher out there taking them for a walk, and they're walking on a 135 degree pavement. Ooh, ouch. No, careful with all that kind of stuff. You know what? Oh, Grant County got $75,000 to boost some child care initiatives. Good deal. The Northeast General Auxiliary raised over $10,000. I think you might have talked about that. So, too, I'm having some flashbacks now. So, okay, well, there we go. There's your morning scroll. We'll drum up a little That's a Fact, Jack, and then probably do a little news, I think, after that. So, yeah, it's going to be great. All right, well, let's get back to a little bit of music. I got a little Oliver Tree here, and I'll be back to check in with you kids shortly.
Goodbye. I miss the sunshine in your eyes. Who said cowboys don't cry? Come on, baby, let's take one last ride. We'll ride around this carousel if you catch my drift. We'll ride around this wagon wheel, she took me for a spin. We'll ride around this carousel, getting dizzy till we're sick. Love is like a circle, there's no easy way to end. It's too much, I can't take anymore. Stuck feeling like we've been here before. But now the sun stopped shining here in the Wild West. My heart stopped beating and it sunk into my chest. We'll ride around this carousel if you catch my drift. We'll ride around this wagon wheel, she took me for a spin. We'll ride around this carousel, getting dizzy till we're sick. Love is like a circle, there's no easy way to end. Just an outlaw who only had one friend. I wonder if I'll ever see her face again. Dark clouds hanging over, they follow where I've been. My cowboy tears are still blowing in the wind. We'll ride around this carousel if you catch my drift. We'll ride around this wagon wheel, she took me for a spin. We're riding around this carousel, getting dizzy till we're sick. Love is like a circle, there's no easy way to end. I'm not good at goodbyes. I miss the sunshine in your eyes. Who said cowboys don't cry? Come on, baby, let's take one last ride. We're riding around this carousel, if you catch my drift. We're riding around this wagon wheel, she took me for a spin. We're riding around this carousel, getting dizzy till we're sick. Love is like a circle, there's no easy way to end.
How do you decide if art is any good? Who's in charge of that, you know? Realistic art, you can tell because you can compare it to the real thing. Hey, there's a painting of a bowl of fruit. Hey, there's a real bowl of fruit. That's a great painting. I look just like a bowl of fruit. Everybody agrees and you move on. Man, that guy can paint some fruit. That looks just like an apple. But abstract art, who decides if that's good or not? Like Picasso, he puts two eyes on the same side of the face. And if I were judging, I'd have to take points off. Pablo, look around. Does anyone have two eyes on the same side of the face? No, hence the low score. And people say, well, that's just it, Brian. He sees things differently. Well, then he shouldn't be painting. I want to give him a camera because he's not even close on these images. Not sure if that's open-minded or not. I'm trying to be open-minded as I get older. I'm trying to do things I had never done. Like I recently went to 3 different ballets, and I loved trying to learn how to like those a little bit. 3 different ballets, and they all had like the same story. So I wrote a ballet. I'm gonna submit it. This is the ballet I wrote. This man meets this woman, and he wants to marry her, but he can't marry her because she's already getting ready to marry somebody else. So they all dance around for a couple hours. Put in parentheses, do a lot of that up on the toe business, which I seem to like to do. I've been to 1 opera, which I liked. I just didn't know what was going on. It was like another language or something like that. So I wish I would have an interpreter come out between the lyrics so you could follow the story, you know? Like the big guys out there. Oh, he kind of likes her. But she's really not paying any attention to him or anything. Something about his boot and a radiator. I wish I knew another language, man. I studied Spanish growing up in Miami, Florida, but I never saw any of the phrases applied that we learned. We never went to downtown Miami where the older Cuban men would play dominoes, drink Cuban coffee, and smoke cigars. They weren't saying the stuff that we had learned in Spanish class, you know. There are many books in the library. The tractor is red. I have a canary, and it is pretty. Pretty, pretty canary. Pretty canary. They are pretty. I remember taking Spanish tests when I was in school. I would just take all the English words and add O to the end of them. I got an FO. You want to know, or else, because you get in situations if you don't know. I recently went to the Burger King drive-thru, and I got talking to buying a franchise in Pensacola, Florida. I don't even know what happened. I'm at the window. Yeah, I'd like a hamburger. Would you like franchise with that? Y Pensacola. Yes, I would. Glad I had a coupon. 50 cents off. 50 cents. I don't even know English. I had a guy come up to me after a show, weirdest thing ever said to me. He goes, "You mispronounced every word in your show." If that is not the epitome of hyperbole.
That's the fact, yeah. That's the fact, yeah.
We all know that big brick mansion sitting on top the Prospect Hill, the historic Millett House. You've probably driven past it 100 times. We know Arthur Millett was South Dakota's very first governor. But did you know the story of how he actually lost the house, or how that condemned mansion secretly became the absolute birthplace of Watertown radio? The year is 1895. Governor Millett has just stepped down after serving a second term, but right as the new administration comes in, a massive bombshell drops. The outgoing state treasurer, a guy named William Taylor, fails to show up for work. Why? Because he fled to Latin America, taking over $367,000 of state funds with him. Practically the entire South Dakota treasury gone in the blink of an eye. The state was instantly paralyzed and facing total financial collapse. Now, Arthur Millett had zero involvement in the robbery. He didn't steal a dime, but before Taylor took office, Millett had signed his name as one of the personal guarantors on the treasurer's official state bond. Most politicians today would call their lawyers and look for a loophole, but not Arthur Millett. Believing he had sacred moral duty to the people of South Dakota, Governor Millett voluntarily surrendered his entire personal fortune to the state to help pay back the taxpayers. He gave up his land, he gave up his businesses, and yes, he handed over the deed to his beloved Watertown mansion on the hill. The sacrifice left him completely penniless, heartbroken, and in failing health. He moved away and died just 1 year later at the age of 54. Remembered as the most honorable man in South Dakota history. So what happened to the mansion? Well, it passed through a few different owners, but in March of 1929, it got a new lease on life that connects directly to what you're listening right now, because it sat high up on Prospect Hill with a clear shot over the Sioux River Valley. The mansion was chosen as the official studio and broadcast home for Watertown's very first radio station, KGCR. That's right. Before it was ever a museum, the pioneer home of the South Dakota's first governor was buzzing with vacuum tubes, microphones, and the very first radio signals ever beamed across the Cottington County airwaves.
That's the fact, yeah. That's the fact.